Now we're going to look at double stop bends, also known as pedal steel bends. Why? Because they sound like a pedal steel. They don't have to, but a lot of times they do. Double stops. What are double stops? That's a nickname that has been given to two-note instances, combinations, dyads of like this. Perfect fourths, thirds, minor thirds. Now, if I bend within those double stops, and that's where we get double stop bends. So what I'm doing is I'm bending the lower note while I hold the higher note, or taking it to another level. I can bend a note and play more than one note on the higher note. We're not doing that just yet. What we're going to do is just play with something that's, one single note. That is the higher note while we bend something on a lower adjacent string. And we're going to do it on the third and second string, G and B string sets, and the B and E string sets. Of course, we need all of the techniques that we've been working on, and it's very important that by now we're starting to get a feel for where bends should go, how they feel when we play those bends at certain places on the neck on certain strings. That's definitely going to help. Our ears should be getting in tune with being in tune, picking up on when you're there and when you're not there, regardless of the feel. They both are there. They're both components you should be paying attention to. Whatever one takes over or is the dominant thing that works for you, that's fine. The end result needs to be bends in tune. The priority is the pitch. So we're going to play, we're going to start out with this lick. We're going to have a tracks in the key of F. It's got this Rush vibe, actually. In addition to me and Steve being huge Van Halen fans, we are also monster Rush fans. We saw R40 together, which, that was very cool. So this progression is going to go 1, 6, 5, 3, which in F is F, D minor, C to A minor. We're going to play stuff that, speaks to those changes directly. So what I'm doing there, I'm right here in the 10th position. And what I'm doing is I'm bending to a whole step above on the third string, which in this case for the chord is its third. And I'm going to hold that C with my fourth finger the entire time I'm doing what I'm doing, which is this. So just like a unison bend, and just like when we had that open A string going on when we were doing the wound string bends, the note, the static note, in this case it's a higher note, doesn't lie. So we have to be in tune, because if we're not, it just doesn't work. There's something also I just thought of, and I don't know if you've noticed it. This guitar has a floating bridge on it, and it can go back and forth. If you're trying to do what I'm doing on a guitar that is set up like that, you will definitely notice something that's not happening on this guitar, because that bridge is locked right now. But if you have a floating bridge, or even just a tremolo system that goes down only, when you bend, you are changing the tension of all 6 of those strings that depend on almost a symbiotic relationship, a setup where those springs are meant to stay in a certain place because the way you are tuned. Now, when you bend, you interrupt that relationship, and the result is pulling the bridge forward. So when you do something that involves other strings, like when you bend on your own without that, you'll find that you need to bend a little bit higher because you're compensating for the bridge going down, which is flattening the tuning of the string, all of them. So when you do that with another note involved, that's going to go down too. So it becomes a little bit of a cat and mouse chase to get them in tune. And at the end, no matter what you do, it's still out of tune altogether. So the moral of the story is maybe you want to be doing this on a fixed bridge, but if not, I'll give you a trick. Rest your palm against the bridge, and as you bend, just apply just a little bit of pressure, and it'll offset that forward motion. Okay. With that little bit of a tip there, let's see what we're playing. So like I said, we're going to bend, get the double stop, hold it, play the note again, and then do the bend itself. And then it's kind of like a call and response. That's the call, here's the response. So double stop, come down, and then get this other dyad. It's perfect fifth dyad, which are all chord tones, by the way. Well, not this, but you know what I'm saying. For the D minor, we're going to take the same exact idea over to the higher string set, but it's the same stuff, same idea of playing. Whole step bend, catch that note, hold it, play it again, then do the double stop bend. Then respond. Take that up a whole step to play what's going to happen for C. Notice that fingering is different. It's a different interval. It's a fifth, but it's a different fingering. I didn't go a step and a half down below the note I've been holding. Only went a whole step. And then for the final one, for the A minor chord, same as what you played in the first place. So make sure that the note that you're holding, for some reason that it might happen, don't let it. Don't move that note. Don't, if you find yourself pulling it for some reason because you're trying to help yourself bend, you can't do that. And like I said, if you got the floating bridge, you're going to have to either switch to a guitar that doesn't, lock the bridge, or start applying a little bit of pressure to the bridge so it doesn't raise up. Because that note is meant to be pure, while the other one has got the bend being applied to it. And can you add vibrato to double stop bends? Sure. Let's not focus in on that right now. Let's just get the idea of holding a note static while we bend another lower adjacent string to a pitch. In this case, they're all whole steps. Okay. So let's go over to the track and play that. I'll play it for you. I'm going to play it for you 4 times so we can get it set up to trade.